Hello everyone and welcome to another video by Centipede Geek. Today I'm going to discuss my thoughts and opinions upon a CBS television series with the name of Hostages. I'm going to talk about the 2-hour season finale that aired January 6th of 2014. That's episodes 14 and 15. Episode 14 is titled Suspicious Minds, episode 15 titled Endgame. And let's get to it, shall we? Pretty much what those two episodes are about. It's pretty much everything coming down to the wire. If you've been watching the series weekly, you know what's been going on. There will be spoilers in this video just so you guys know. So if you haven't seen the episode, click pause. Otherwise, keep watching, right? Because here's some spoilers come up. Pretty much what these two episodes are about is pretty much her deciding whether or not she's going to kill the president. Everything is coming to play. All the little, hints and stuff like that. All the little, plots, that because a lot of these episodes have been setting up for the season finale, and you pretty much see all of these plot details come into play in the finale of the CBS television series with the name of Hostages. And she's pretty much just deciding, she decided, they made the deal that she was not going to kill the president. And obviously, I forget the character's name, not his brother, but the other guy, he did not know this happened. So he ends up threatening the family. And that's pretty much the gist of it. They're questioning, I believe the character's name is Sandrine. They're questioning Sandrine's alliance because she, was hired to put a bomb on the car for them, and so we have several different things going on in the CBS television series with the name of Hostages. Overall, I really enjoyed this season, but these two episodes in particular were really cool. It's really cool to see all these great things come into play. Now, the thing about Hostages is it was only a limited series, so I don't know. What they planned was they never actually really planned for a second season. They threw out a first season and said, hey, here it is. Let's see if people like it. That's pretty much what limited means. They have no clear implications of a second season at all. It had pretty, okay, ratings. It had roughly, a little over 5 million people in episode 14, and then a little under 5 million for episode 15. So the ratings were okay. They weren't really good, and they weren't terrible either. So it had decent ratings in general. So I'm wondering if it's going to get a second season. I would really like to, but if it didn't, it wouldn't be a big deal because the series doesn't end on a cliffhanger. It ends pretty solidly. You have Dylan McDermott's character at the end. It's one of the best scenes, actually, when he gives himself up to the cops. He says, he tells them exactly what he did. So it has a nice little ending there. You have, all of, her family ended up surviving. They say that, they want to leave together. So you aren't told exactly what's going to happen, but you can read between the lines and say, he's probably going to end up going to jail for what he did. And then, Toni Collette, the actress, and the family, the doctor that was supposed to kill the president, you can assume that they're going to move off somewhere, change their names like they had planned. There could still be a second season. I mean, they could still, even if it, did give her for a second season, they could go several different directions. They could still tell Dylan McDermott's character, they could still go, quite a few different ways with this. They could expand on, where the family's going to go, what problems are they going to have after all the things that happened in the first season. So, there's still quite a few different things that can happen. Overall, I really enjoyed these last two episodes. My favorite thing about the show is definitely the performance of Dylan McDermott playing the character of Duncan Carlisle. He is just such an interesting character. The reasons he's doing everything. He has a reason. He's not necessarily a bad guy, not necessarily doing the right thing either, but he's such an interesting and complex character. He's just great to watch on screen. Then we have Toni Collette playing the character of Dr. Ellen Sanders, the one that's actually, supposed to kill the president. She plays such a sympathetic, such a compassionate character where her emotions are everywhere. She doesn't know whether she should kill the president. She thinks she should at times. Other times she thinks she shouldn't. And I just really like her character. She's such an emotional, compassionate role that you can really get to feel for her. One of my favorite characters is that another one is the actor of Tate Donovan playing her husband in the show with a character by the name of Brian Sanders. And he is such an interesting character where, yes, he had an affair with an ex, but he still loves his family. He is still willing to risk his life, and his character is written in a great way. What I love about Hostages is there's all these great twists and turns, and I know some people had a problem with the overall narrative of the show, according to some critics, but I love all the twists. I love all the controversy, in the household, the kid being involved with selling drugs, and all these different things going on makes it for a very interesting watch. Then we have Reese Corio playing the character of Kramer Daly. He is a very interesting character because he is actually dating Sandrine Renault, and the actress's name is Sandrine Holt. And Kramer and Sandring's relationship is so interesting because, she, ends up trying to kill him later on, and he is still willing to forgive her. I love that little plot story there. It's a really interesting plot, and overall, I really enjoyed it. Another favorite character of mine would probably have to be the president, President Paul Kincaid, played by the actor of James Naughton, and then obviously Billy Brown, who plays the role of Archer Petit. And he actually, major spoiler coming up, he actually died in the finale, and it was a kind of a sad, tragic way, but the way things are playing out, you could kind of see it coming. But overall, I really enjoyed those last 2 episodes. It's really cool to see everything come into play, all those details, come into play. It's great to see the actors and the characters written off in a great way where if this was all that was there, that would be okay because, 15 episodes and the characters are written off in sort of a way where, you could end it there, or if you wanted to, you can keep going. And like I said, the reason for that is because it was ran as a limited series where CBS really didn't know what they want to do with it. I would love to see a second season. I mean, don't cancel the show. I would love to see a second season. But if there wasn't one, it would be okay also. Once again, that's my review of the CBS television series in the name of Hostages for episodes 14 and 15, so Suspicious Minds and Endgame. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe on the page below, and I'll see you guys later with more videos by Centipede Geek.